Nigeria. Welcome to the conversation here on Lagos Television. I am Abimbola Bello.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I am Ajibola Ojeshola.
Good morning, everyone. I am Adibimpe Omotayo.
Right, it's the Tuesday edition of the show and we're back here this morning. Let's quickly take our news points for today. Ajibola, which of the news points are you going with?
Okay, fortunately, this particular story is what we are going to discuss on the first segment of the conversation this morning. Oil revenue roll, presidency defends Tinubu as legal titans split over executive order. The presidency has defended President Bola Tinubu's executive order, which halted revenue deductions by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and other agencies. It is said the Petroleum Industry Act violates and is not superior to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, stated that criticism of the directive by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria demonstrated a lack of understanding of the constitutional supremacy over ordinary legislation. Pengasan is focusing on PIA alone. The President's action is based on the Nigerian Constitution, which PIA violates in allowing deductions that the President has now stopped. PIA is not superior to our Constitution, Ononuga stated. The Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria had on Friday opposed the presidential fiat, accusing the President of violating the PIA with his revenue retention order. But the presidential spokesman insisted the union made a knee-jerk reaction without studying the constitutional provisions underpinning the directive. Pengasan should have read the Constitution before making its knee-jerk reaction. Ononuga explained that the executive order derives its authority from Section 5 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which vests executive powers of the Federation in the President, including the maintenance of the Constitution and implementation of federal laws. It said the directive is further anchored on Section 44, subsection 3 of the Constitution, which vests ownership, control rights in all minerals, mineral oils, and natural gas in Nigeria in the government of the Federation. According to the presidential aide, the executive order seeks to restore constitutional revenue entitlement of state, federal, and local government, which were taken away in 2021 by the Petroleum Industry Act. Let me just end it there. So it's been back and forth between the federal government and Pengasan over the executive order signed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu directing NNPCL and other subsidiaries to start remitting revenues generated from oil and gas into the Federation accounts. And here the spokesperson of Mr. President is making reference to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, saying that members of Pengasan should have studied the Constitution before reacting to the executive order of Mr. President.
Well, the little I know is that Mr. Presidents world over have powers to issue executive orders.
Yeah.
And when they do, it supersedes every other thing because it is more or less like a fiat.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why the executive orders are given. And I think the Constitution actually craved away for that. It just means that the president doesn't need to seek anybody's opinion or seek anybody's approval before such orders are given. So whether or not there is a PIA which is not in doubt or which is not in contention is the fact that this is an order from the president. So again, you know, we talked about this thing yesterday. Why are they kicking?
Because it doesn't favor them.
So the money coming into the Federation account, isn't it, and like the president said, so that more money will go to the tiers of government and more development should go to the people. So if some people just want to keep a part of the money that is meant for everybody, what are we talking about? Fair is fair, or fair should be fair. I don't sometimes it's always difficult to comprehend matters, honestly.
Yes.
And for me, I think I'm beginning to get suspicious about some of the actions of Pengasan, and I'm suspecting there's a kind of
There's an arrangement.
connivance between NMPCL,
internal arrangement
between Pengasan and NMPCL to put pressure on the federal government over this executive order. Like Abimbola said, you cannot do anything about executive order. That's the final. The president does not need to consult with anybody, whether National Assembly
We'll continue to kick
or
against
FEC.
it. I didn't think you were going to say something.
Yes, for me, it's for the state and local government who
We'll be getting more money.
will be getting more money. We just hope that we will see the dividends, of this more money they will be getting, because just before this time, they've been receiving
A lot.
the subsidy money, not directly like that, but they've been receiving a lot more, and we're still we're still hoping.
Well, it's just so.
We're still hoping.
And that's why. We've been advocating that the governors and the local government chairmen should be held more responsible, because if the federal government is fighting for them to have more money, why are we still shouting federal government? So, the shout more should not be to the governors and to the local government chairmen when they start receiving their allocations, because again, some of them are not receiving their allocations directly as we speak.
For the local government?
Nigeria is deep, honestly.
So many things. Anyway, let's take the second story this morning. The second story is on alleged genocide. U.S. Congress panel submits Nigeria report to Trump. The United States House Committees on Appropriations and Foreign Affairs on Monday officially submitted to the White House a report detailing their findings and recommendations on addressing the alleged persecution of Christians in Nigeria. Recall that President Donald Trump, after redesignating Nigeria as a country of particular concern, mandated Congressman Riley Moore and Appropriations Committee Chairman Tom Cole to lead a comprehensive investigation into the alleged persecution of Christian communities by terrorists and the security challenges plaguing Nigeria. Moore confirmed the submission of the report on his X handle at Rep. Riley Moore on Monday evening. Moore had earlier led a delegation on a fact-finding mission to Nigeria, visiting internally displaced persons camps in Benue, speaking with victims of terrorism, and meeting government officials led by the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. The findings of the report stem from interviews with expert witnesses, a hearing and roundtable 2 on the ground assessment through bipartisan congressional delegations to Nigeria, and close partnership with the Trump administration. Moore stated that the U.S. team now has a clear picture of the threats in Nigeria and the alleged persecution Christians face. He said it was expedient for the Nigerian government to seize the opportunity to deepen and strengthen its relationship with the United States. The report details steps to impose accountability measures, counter radical Islamic terrorism, and outline a plan to work in coordination with the Nigerian government to ensure security for all Nigerians. The report also contains implementing sanctions and visa restrictions against individuals and groups responsible for or complicit in religious persecution, providing technical support to the Nigerian government to curb violence by armed Fulani militias, demanding the repeal of Sharia and blasphemy laws, and working with international partners including France, Hungary, and the United Kingdom. Well, I'll leave it there this morning. That's practically what the story is saying. But I'm sure that, from what we read, or from what the submission of Riley Moore, even following his handle and a couple of his submissions, he and others have toned down the issue of genocide against Christians.
Yeah.
So I think because they also came here,
did their findings.
Yes, did their findings, spoke with witnesses, visited a couple of places. They've now realized that it is not a targeted attack at a
Christians.
particular religion. Christians, Muslims, pagans, traditionalists, everybody here is a victim. So, and looking at what he also said, and I like the fact that, they also recommended certain things that they feel can work. We only just hope that President Trump will follow their recommendations, because we know him as well, that he also has his own way of doing things. But if all of the recommendations they've highlighted are followed to the letter, I think we might begin to see an end to some of the issues we're facing, because was it last week or 2 weeks ago, they named some people. And so they're already looking at visa ban, already looking at freezing accounts.
On properties.
Yeah, so if this is sustained, and I know that Nigerian government is ready to work with other countries who are also able to help nip in the bud what is going on. So I hope that, at the end of the day, this will be a good one, coming from the U.S., the lawmakers, the president, and, other countries that are truly willing to help Nigeria.
Absolutely. And for those who were suspecting the intention of the United States of America, I just hope that some of these developments will actually erase.
Are you sure you still? Are you sure you want to take that to the bank?
Except if Trump has something else up his sleeves, then that's when we can start getting suspicious of the intention of the United States of America. But so far, so good. They have done their findings, and the report will be submitted.
Okay, I'll take my story. Lagos approves a 13% fare hike for BRT. The Lagos State government has approved a 13% increase in fares across all services under the Bus Reform Initiative, which includes the bus rapid transit system and standard bus routes throughout the state. According to a statement issued by the head of corporate communication of Lagos Metropolitan Transport Authority, Kolawole Ojelabi, the revised fare structure will come into effect on Monday, March 2nd, 2026. He stated that Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu granted the approval after receiving appeals from regulated public transport operators who highlighted the mounting challenges threatening the long-term viability of their operations in Nigeria's current economic climate. The statement added that in a bid to maintain and improve service standards, operators were also investing in the procurement of new, cleaner and more fuel-efficient buses to enhance passenger comfort and promote environmental sustainability. The government reassured commuters of its commitment to balancing affordability with the need to ensure safe, reliable and efficient public transportation across the state. Another increase in... I really feel sorry for us commuters. Yes.
Let me go, what did you say?
For us commuters, yes.
When was the last time you went on the BRT?
I have never.
So, why are you feeling sorry for yourself?
In solidarity.
You can feel sorry for others, you know. The timing for me is somehow. And that's implies that people will start paying more.
And you know, there was another increase last year, February 2025, and it was an 18% increase.
Yeah, well, you'd also look at certain things. Remember also that there are times that government will also slash the prices based on different things that are happening in the country. But then if you have to also look at maintenance, if you have to look at fueling, if you have to look at a couple of other things, you'd see why, maybe not fully justified, but you see why there is a need. But again, I was just going to say that I've also realized that these things don't happen just in Nigeria. Public transportation in other places too.
You're right.
Oftentimes they also you know, add to their fares. But again, because in those places there are always other cushioning effects, you might not feel it that much. I know that, for example, in the UK, certain ages don't pay if you ride on the bus. I don't think it applies to us here, even though I think certain people, I don't think so. I don't think so. So maybe that's why, of course, you have parents always lapping their children when they get on the bus. But again, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
If you have to go on the BRT, you'd have to pay, you know, the increment. We just hope that, you know, again, there will be availability of the buses, because again, you know, people can wake up tomorrow and want to boycott
BRT.
But if you boycott it, what do you want to do?
What are the options available for you? And you know, for the comfort inside the BRT, it must come at a cost, and of course, it is business.
Have you ridden in it before?
No.
I think I have. I think I went to TBS. I think, yes, once.
Oh, okay.
And you know, Abimbola raised a valid point. In other climes as well, they raise transportation fares, just that there are other social amenities that the government of those countries always use to cushion the effect of those
Like,
increase.
for instance, when you're over 60.
When you're over what?
Over 60. You don't
Over
pay.
60.
You don't
Even
pay. You don't
from
pay for
ages
bus fares.
from ages 1 to 18, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay. It is
Oh,
free
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
abroad?
abroad.
Oh,
And we're in Lagos.
you're in Lagos. Exactly.
Yeah, but we do copy certain things from other climes. So why can't we replicate this here?
When it suits us.
At least if you are from 1 to 18, free. Then from age 60 and above, free.
There are some educational buses in certain places sponsored by certain
Sponsored
politicians.
Okay.
sponsored by
Yes,
individuals.
individuals or
Yeah.
politicians who would also take children from one point to the other.
To the other, yeah.
We can only get better, but I think we also need to call out the management of the BRT. If people are paying more, your service has to be
Should
top
also
notch.
improve, yeah.
You have to ensure that the buses are clean, the buses do not break down, your drivers, maintain the buses, and your drivers are not. Sometimes they also do not have respect for
Passengers.
traffic laws
Okay.
because they have their own dedicated lane. So all of these things also need to be looked into at all times. But again, we have to cope with the reality. Even though a lot of people are not having it, they're angry. All right.
Even in Freetown.
Nothing is free. Our hashtag this morning. I've weighed this thing. I've looked at it. And I'm just like, oh, Simi, poor Simi. Again, in her defense of Mirabel, everybody has forgotten Mirabel now. It's Simi that is in trouble. And this stemmed from she saying that you cannot rape a woman. She defending the woman, and then some people went back to her tweets when she was younger. But the Simi that I don't know her personally, but the Simi that I see, I think she's just a goofy human being.
Very goofy, yeah.
She's a very goofy person, and again, for creatives, there's a way creatives write. There's a way creatives can sound silly. In all of this, internet footprint.
Internet does not
Is
forget.
wahala.
Abimbola.
Yes.
So you need to, there are times that as I'll see some things on X, I'll want to respond. I could have typed. I'll just tap myself. I'm a wake
Just
up.
pinch yourself. Don't do that.
I'm a wake up. Yeah.
Okay.
Should you be found talking? I will just carry my ganga away from, especially this blue app and now black app, because a lot of things will push you. A lot of things will rattle your head, rattle your mind, and you would want to write the way personally you would write. But if you just have a rethink, you just look at it that in your Odoni, any day they bring it out like
It's
this,
still hot.
it is bono feli. But I've also realized that some of those things are not from Simi. There's some pseudo accounts, some parody accounts that are also, trying to just malign her personality.
Oh, you mean the one that was dug out?
Some.
Okay.
Not all.
Not all.
Not all.
Not all. Majority of them are. But again, she came out to say that she was 23. Was it 23 at the
23,
time?
yeah.
And she was just being her. Maybe now she would not have written or expressed herself in that way.
manner.
But one thing I also do know now, this is a personal thing, pedophiles don't agree that they are pedophiles. I mean, a pedophile will not pick up something and deliberately write things that will make you think they are pedophiles. Pedophiles hide to do what they do.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So now it's painful that this is happening to her, but again, she's the only one that knows the truth, and she's the only one, because again, I read something yesterday. Somebody said that he was 5 when he was in Simi's mother daycare. And whenever she came into the room was heavy, the room was dark. What did she do? You couldn't say. You didn't say what she did.
There's no proof that she did anything to any child.
Exactly.
But those tweets were quite creepy.
They were.
And that is why some of these netizens are asking, why are you excusing Simi and why didn't you excuse Ezra, who also had creepy tweets, messages? So why are you excusing? Is it because Simi is a woman?
Adebimpe Abimbola, eh? Just like you rightly pointed out, when you are typing, mind what you type, mind what you write. Something that you have written in 2000, when there are allegations of certain things or there are certain issues,
even say
people will go and bring it.
In 20,
bring it out.
These messages are as far back as 2012.
2012.
Imagine.
Yeah.
2012.
Over 10 years ago.
The internet does not forget.
It never forgets. So let's just be careful what we put out there. Let's be careful what we write. I know that Simi is not even happy. I'm definitely
The bashing is too
sure
much.
that it's just too much. And
Too
you know,
much.
this morning some people said, okay, is it not enough? Let us move to something else. Something else
happen, it will
We'll move
automatically,
again.
yeah.
Yeah,
It will
so
move.
again, it is what it is. We just all need to be very careful here what we put out there.
Absolutely.
All right, and that's it. You can go onto the X platform to take a further read on why Simi is trending. We took a quick break. When we return on the conversation this morning, the first conversation will be here, and we'll be taking a look at this oil revenue remittance, which is causing brouhaha, like they say, between the presidency and, of course, those in the oil and gas sector. It's a divided one, though. While some say the president is in order, many others say no, he's not in order. That conversation is after the short break.